Hi, welcome to this video update, which is on the 21st of June. We're on Sunday. Just going to give our weekly Forex forecast and pick out some pairs that we think could offer really good risk to reward trading opportunities in the coming week. Now, in terms of the charts, we'll go over and take a look at them in a moment. Now, we think it could be a very interesting week ahead. We're looking at the charts. We're seeing the US dollar and Japanese yen potentially confirming major uptrends. Now, in terms of the week ahead, also, stock markets, they've been heavily influential on Forex markets. We think they've got limited upside and there's the potential for a big downside break, which will really increase volatility in the Forex markets. Now, in terms of this video, I'm going through obviously my favorite pairs. I'm only briefly going to cover Euro pairs and Euro correlated currencies. They're in another video before this one if you want to go and check out those setups. And now, in terms of looking at the charts, let's go over to them right now. But just before we do so, please do keep in mind it is my view as of this specific moment in time. It can of course change in line with the market conditions and action. If you want all our trading techniques, our daily technical sentiment analysis of 14 Forex pairs, you can click link beneath this video. You get live access to our member center. You can also follow us on Facebook and join our Facebook group of traders as well. Now, before we go and look at the FX pairs, I just want to take a quick look at the stock market. So we're going to take a quick look at the S&P 500 first. S&P 500 daily chart, and in terms of the stock market, we think we have a high probability now of a breakdown, but even if we don't break down, we're not going too much higher. Now let me just go through my logic where I see stocks going. We obviously had the breakdown as the pandemic came in to really impact on the global economy, but look at the rebound. We literally rebounded and retraced the whole pandemic decline, got positive on the year, just above the 3,200 level, did fall back, and then obviously you had some support come in at 3,000. Okay, we bounced from there. Now kind of just sitting between 3,000 support, 3,200 resistance. Now, in terms of stocks, yeah, very hard to take out 3,200 in our view, and the possibility of a big breakdown is there because in terms of this rally, to a large degree, it's been driven by inexperienced new retail traders, and they've pushed prices too far against profit margins. Let me just show you what I mean. Okay, here we've got the S&P 500. I'm going to look at this. This is on my Facebook page. S&P 500 in white, profit margins in red. Obviously, when profit margins plunge, prices plunge there. That's the tech bubble. Global financial crisis. Again, profit margins, prices plunge on the S&P. Now look what's happening. You've got big bounce in the S&P. Well, profit margins have really plunged. That gap is not going to stay that wide for much longer in our view. And in terms of retail traders coming in huge numbers and bought the dip. There's an interesting article here about the millennial traders who've sparked a new pandemic in terms of stock speculation. It's on Market Watch, they have. And let's just take a retail trading platform, Robinhood, and how retail traders have really piled into the market. Now, this isn't the only one. You've got AmiTrade, you've got Schwab, etc. But Robinhood, a very popular one. Here come the retail trading accounts. Look at this in terms of growth. And they're basically buying before the bottom. And yeah, it's a speculative bubble. So in terms of prices going much higher, we don't see a big breakout to the upside. There's also massive option barriers here as well. Odds favour a break to the downside in our view. And I feel US dollar, Japanese yen now, which have been under pressure because stocks have been so strong, now both undervalued or oversold, and they're going to rally. I'll just go to the dollar index just quickly before I go to the major pairs. Dollar index, basically the dollar against a basket of major currencies. There's the big rise when the pandemic kicked in. Almost retraced the whole rise. But we find support. Now we're up through that 20-day moving average. My view now is, 20-day moving average, the dollar has been going through it in numerous pairs. Holds above the 20-day moving average as we open the new week. It's going way higher in our view. Right, let's go and take a look at the major currencies first. Right, Euro USD, the first of the majors. I'm just going to cover this one very briefly because I've done a full video on it, which I said in intro you can check out. It's the one before this one. But in brief, the euro really moves strongly to the upside on the USD, and we come to try and take out this double top. Now, in terms of our favourite smart money tool, the COT net traders positions, we noticed that speculators bought heavily as we came up to 114. Commercial smart money sold. We want to go with the commercial smart money. Got our entry at 112.80. Tried to rally back on that blue. 4 red candles, and we're through the 20-day moving average and the 112 level, so 111.73. So just 100 odd pips profit so far. But I think this one could really move heavily to the downside next week. Snapping the 20-day moving average, we always like that for bearish. If we open beneath it, I think just sell. If we rally back to this first level resistance, Friday's high, sell into that level of weakness. This is a really firm level here. It's just behind the 113 level. Obviously a round number. We've got our stop at 113.60, just back from it. Plenty of potential for a sell-off in this one. Just think the euro now, you watch my other video, but the euro is going to get hurt. So yeah, target chart lows. Now, in terms of another euro pair that looks really good, Euro JPY, that's in the other video as well. Euro JPY has already started tanking a bit to the downside. I'm expecting Euro USD to do the same. Right, where are we going to go next? We're going to go to GBP USD. This one is better profit than Euro USD, just around 250 pips. And yeah, had that big rally there, then we came in short, tried to rally, couldn't, through the 20, and now on Friday we finished at the low. Any rallies back towards the 124 level, really, 124.30 level, are going to fade back to this double trend line resistance. But we could just continue to the downside. I think we could aim for 120. 120 is key monthly support. So looking for more selling and any rallies to fade. Now, I think the USD is now confirmed a turn on both the euro and the the euro and the GBP. But the next pair, it hasn't yet, but it's going to, in my view. It's AUD USD. Now, this pair, or the AUD, has surprised me generally. They're a big fall, had a big rally. It basically tracks the stock market higher. People piling in to the AUD. If you look at the charts, they look very similar. But just like the stock market has run too far to the upside, so is the AUD. If you think about Australia, it's one of the most exposed major economies to the slow up in global growth and trade we've got. Okay, because it's a commodity export orientated nation. It's run way too far to the upside. Ran into the daily highs. We've sold. Okay, so we're in early. And it kind of got descending triangle. We're just sitting on the 20-day moving average. I just want to basically top up my position. If we get through the 20-day moving average and this 68 level here, where we double bottomed and bounced, now we're coming back towards it. This level breaks, say 67, 70. We're going to the downside. We're going, as far as our analysis, as far as our point of view is, we think we're going back to the 60 level longer term. So we've got the initial turn there. We need to confirm the break of the round number and through the 20-day moving average. But Aussie dollar is overbought everywhere. A few other pairs it's a good selling, and I'll come to those in just a moment. Now, in terms of next pair, it's USDJPY, and this is the only pair we're bearish of the dollar longer term. Yen is oversold on every other currency. The yen longer term going way higher. It's already started to confirm that. I mentioned Euro JPY earlier. This one as well. We came down and broke the 108 level. And basically we're at 106.84. We've got a small trade in at 108 So a couple of hundred pips, but I'm waiting to load up. It's only a small trade at the moment. I'll load up through 106 or any rally back towards 108. Okay, this level, if it breaks, it will confirm really big risk off in the markets, and I'd expect to see fairly light volatility here, a real pickup in volatility down to 102, then down to 100. Dollar limited upside on the yen, and a lot of potential downside. Now let's move to another commodity currency. It's USD CAD. It's a bit similar to AUD USD. We've kind of firmed up. I have drawn the level in. There's a support level just there before the gap. Okay, so we basically go back up, but then look, 6 small candles, 20-day moving average still holding the USD. Just get through 136.30, be off to the upside. On this trade, we'll also add on a breakout. I've been using fairly small trades recently. I found the markets pretty choppy, but I'm looking to really load up on a lot of dollar and yen trades. And this one I really like the kind of breakout. 136.30, clear the 20, clear of that nice big blue. Off the upside, Canada's got a similar kind of background to Australia in terms of very heavily exposed to global trade. Going down, and so is the New Zealand dollar, which we'll come to in a moment as well. Now let's go over and look at some more USD pairs and JPY pairs. Right, we'll start with some more USD pairs. Now, this is USD Tri, which is a lesser looked at pair, but I think it looks a fantastic risk to reward. It's a fast moving volatile pair with a massive move up there, a retracement, and now the dollar is working its way higher. We've come through the 20-day moving average. The fundamentals for Turkey are terrible, and if we get risk off as well, that's really going to push the USD up to chart highs, then on to 10. So potentially 40% on the upside. I'll do a roundup of the fundamentals, why they're so bearish in our view for the Turkish lira on my Facebook page. I'll do that tomorrow, but for a small position, we really like the look of this pair. Another good looking pair. Emerging market commodity currency, obviously MXN. USD MXN, obviously we had that massive move up. Nice retracement. Punch through the 20-day moving average. Come back to test the 20. Testing the 20, testing it. Push off it. Break out for fresh positions. And the stop behind the 20. You can see the risk against the reward there is very good. Okay. Again, a fast moving pair. You do not need big size in it. Where are we going to go next? Let's go to NZD USD. A little bit of a similar setup to AUD USD. And there's the big push up. 66, the round number holds. We can come in short off the level. Come down. We're finding support. And we've got the 20-day moving average just below Friday's candle. The support level is 64. Get through 63.80. That should follow through to the downside. We've got our stop behind 66 at the moment. But if we break down, basically we'll bring our stop down. I think it looks a really good risk to reward trade. All commodity currencies look great sells to us on the USD. Now let's go and look at some yen pairs. AUDJPY. This pair is my biggest position with Euro JPY. And in terms of this pair, I did a full video on it just over a week ago. I was really surprised we managed to push up above this 70 level, but we got up towards 76 level. Aussie dollar, like I said, it's been the firmest of the majors. Went up on the USD, went up on the JPY. We'll come off the round number. She's broken through the next round number down 75. Double bottom there. Okay. But below the mid Bollinger, we did try and get away from it, but back below it, 20-day moving average. This level here, if it gives way, it's a sell. And I think you'll really see traction to the downside. The one pair that I was so surprised, really surprised at, that the AUD had so much strength. on the JPY, but it did go up a long way. It's going down a long way in our view. NZD against JPY is a similar looking setup. We've got CAD JPY. This one going down. We did have the surge up there, broke the 20-day moving average is holding rallies. That's going down to chart lows, stop behind second level resistance. Really nice looking trade in our view. Now, in terms of the AUD, I just want to look at one more pair. It's going to be GBP AUD. Now, you could say that GBP has probably been the weakest of the majors recently. AUD the strongest, and you can see break the 20-day moving average here. It's back in April. We don't break it at all. So contained by the 20-day moving average for 2.5 months, basically. Now, in terms of the way I see this chart, I'd really like to look at this trade setup, because what you have here is you have triple bottom. See it there? You push up, rejection of the 20, then this tail goes through these three tails here, but there's no more sellers, and we come back above the 180 level. You don't want to go too soon. I'd wait for this double trend line to give way. 20-day moving average is there. If we punch up through it, we should get to 190 to 195. So this one really overextended to the downside, the pound, and I think the risk reward on the upside is good. AUD, yeah, for me, is going down. Well, all other majors. Just looks a very attractive pair. I just said that, didn't I? Right, sorry, losing my train of thought. I probably missed out a few pairs, but there's enough in here. You get the general idea. We're very bullish of the USD JPY for strength next week, and yeah, GBP to rally on the AUD as well. Right, that's the video for today. Thank you very much for watching me as usual. Take care. Have a good day.